Hello and welcome to Let's Sip and Talk with Prima on this great Wednesday morning. Wednesday afternoon. I'm sorry, you guys. Anywho, anywho, it's Wednesday. Remember, have a great rest of the work week. If you work on a weekend, just be thankful you have a job. That's all I'm gonna say. And remember to be kind, be kind, be kind. It doesn't hurt you to be kind to someone. You never know what one is going through. And we'll be right back. All right, sorry about that, you guys. Hello, Emerald Grace. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So, Miss Emerald Grace, professionally known as Dope the Model, can you tell us a little about yourself for the ones that may not know you?
Yes. So I'm gonna start out with what dope what DOPE stands for. So
Okay.
the D stands for determined, the O stands for optimistic, the P stands for photogenic, and the E stands for emerald. And emerald is my real name.
Oh, I love it. I
Thank
love
you.
it. So, is that something you just came up with, or you kind of like strategically planned that out? You know,
So at first I didn't like, so I just wanted the name dope because of like my style or whatever. Everybody kept saying, "Oh, you dope, you dope." And I was like, after probably like a year or two after they called me that, I was like, well, I think dope should stand for something because, most people think it's, bad, other people think it's good. So I was like, I'm going to make a great, acronym out of it.
I love that. I love that. Also, mentioning dope, because you have a dope style and everything. I've seen the pictures that you sent. Awesome. So, do you think that comes from where you're originally born in New York? Do you think you get your dopeness from that, from where you originated?
I think so because no offense to people that live in South Carolina, their swag is not, it can't compare to New York swag. So yeah, I think so.
I can't argue with that. I know I'm a country bumpkin. I've been here since I've been 3 years old. And a lot of us have learned to kind of step out the box now.
Right.
But back then I'm still kind of straightforward though. I feel like I got a match. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to kind of like put myself out there, but I love the style just even today. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It and to be a model, it takes someone to step outside the box and actually try new things because on a runway, do you know what you're going to be wearing that day, or that's something people kind of say, "Hey, you need to put this on"?
Yeah. So some, depending on the show, some designers, if they have it ready, they'll send it ahead of time, but you can't try it on unless they have a fitting ahead of time. But most
Mm,
times designers just be like, "Hey, I want you to wear this, put this on." And it can look like anything and be anything.
and you have to wear it.
You have to.
Now, let me ask you this, and then I'm gonna back up to how you got started. But just because we're speaking about this, so let's say it's a design that I'm not gonna wear. Does that kind of put a bad taste in the designer's mouth to where now it's like, okay, don't work with D.O.P.E. Like she's gonna turn you down. Or do you think that happens in the industry, or that happens?
I know it happens because I seen it with my own eyes. I never done it because, I don't want that, with myself. But
Right, their reputation.
yeah. And there was quite a few pieces that I did not want to wear because it looked like grandma and this and that.
Mhm.
So I was just like, oh, I gotta wear it.
Gotta do it. Gotta do it. So let's back up. What made you say, hey, you know what? I want to be a model. I want to own a talent agency. I want to work the runway. Where did all that come from?
Okay, so first I wanted to be a model because my mom, she always told me like, oh, you always looking in the mirror. You don't get paid for your look. Stop looking in the mirror so much, this and that. And then I used to wear, like, dress up everywhere I go. It don't matter if I went to the store. And she'd be like, who you think you gonna see him? Like, I was living in Wagner at the time. She was like, who you think you gonna see in Wagner? And I was like, you never know who you'll see.
Right.
So I said, you know what? I'm gonna get paid for my looks one day. And here I am.
And here you are. See, I have a friend like that that dresses up everywhere she goes. It's like, okay, we're going to, I don't know, a hoedown, a mud show or something. And it's like, boom, boom. Like, really? But hey, if that's you, you know, and it makes you stand out in a crowd.
Right.
So kudos to you for sticking up to, hey, I like to dress up and I'm dressing up regardless, even if I'm in Wagner.
Right.
I don't know how long you've been here, but was that a culture shock for you from coming from New York to Wagner, or you're used to it now?
So, while I was growing up, we used to get bounced around to a lot of, from North Carolina, South Carolina, back to New York or whatnot because of my family issues. So it was like, hey, I'm here, I can't really do nothing because I was young at the time, but I knew I was going to get bounced around somewhere else. So it really didn't matter.
Okay, I understand. I understand. So you're the owner of DTM Talent Agency. Tell us exactly what it is that your talent agency does.
Okay, so it's formerly known as DTM Modeling School,
Oh,
but I used to rap as well back when I was younger, and I wanted to get back into it, but I didn't want myself to get into it. I wanted to actually manage, other artists and dancers
okay.
or musicians and stuff like that. So what I offer is management basically for the artists and musicians and dancers, and for the models I offer the same thing, but there's walking classes, photo shoots, video shoots, etc.
Wow, that seems like a lot. So that is something that you're doing now, correct? So if people that are tuning in or know someone that's looking for a manager or looking for someone to guide them, how do they reach you? What is your social media link?
Okay, so social media links, Facebook, it's Emerald Grace, and on Instagram is DTM Talent Agency. And then also I have a website where you can book and sign up sign up to the agency, or you can book our talent. It's www.dtmtalentagency.com.
Okay. Okay, that's really, really good. So I want to ask you, as far as working with individuals, teaching them how to walk, what would you say is the hardest thing to get someone to actually be in coordination? Because my coordination sucks. I just cannot. I wouldn't be able to do it. So how do you work with someone that they may have, I don't know if you got to have like a certain height or weight or what have you, but how do you work with someone that just does not know anything about walking, but they got everything else?
Okay, so with that, it's kind of hard teaching, anybody that, they may know how to walk, but they don't know how to walk professionally, like as on a runway, because your back has to be like shoulders all the way back and leaning back.
Mm,
So your posture is like this, basically, lean back.
I can't even do that.
Yeah, so it's like it's very difficult teaching anyone. It was difficult. I know whoever taught me, it was difficult for them or whatnot. But it usually, some people catch on fast, some people take a while. But also I have this walking stick that they put behind their back that'll help them with their posture as well.
Wow, that's cool. They come up with all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's very, very interesting. So, a model coach. I see that's something else that you tapped into. What exactly is a model coach? Is that kind of the same thing as teaching someone to walk, or you're teaching them like everything else aside from walking?
Yeah, so when I do my model coaching, I do teach them, the walking, the basics of, teaching people, or, hosting your own fashion show, anything with that has to deal with fashion or
Mhm.
whatnot, or models, I teach it to them.
Okay, okay. That's very, very like, mm, it's exciting to me because I always was the one. I wish I was a little taller, honestly, because I felt like I don't know what happened. Sorry about that. I don't know. As far as like, I feel like I wanted to be a little taller so I could model, but I was the one always watching the pageants on TV, like the Miss Americas. I was always watching the when what's her name, Tyra Banks,
Oh yeah,
American Next Top Model.
love
Now
her.
I see something in your bio about that, America's Top Next Top Model. You worked with someone that was on that show, right?
Yes, I worked with Victoria Henley, and she was one of the top finalists for America's Next Top Model.
How was that? Did that make you feel like, you know what, I'm the now that I'm working with someone, or did you kind of learn from it? You stayed humble. How was that experience for you?
So I would say it was a mixture of both of the things that you stated. So one thing that I like, just to get off topic a little bit, I wanted to basically, when I started my talent agency, I want people, or models, I should say, that don't have confidence and that think they can't model because of their height, their size, or whatnot. So now in the modeling industry, they're accepting different forms, different heights, and you don't even have to be pretty to be a model, because you should see some of those Gucci and Louis Vuitton models.
Yeah,
Not cute. They just got the height and the body.
yeah.
So it's like anybody can be a model. You just, got to learn.
You gotta learn. You gotta learn. So, and also, I had the pleasure of interviewing. I think she was Miss Florida, but it was for like I don't want to say older. Maybe I'll say seasoned individuals. So now age. They have it to where now you can be older.
Yeah.
Out there doing modeling and pageants and all kind of stuff. So the world is just evolving. It's
Right.
amazing. Hey, it's something out here for everybody. I don't care what no one says. Everybody can go out there and get it.
Right.
Emerald, am I supposed to call you that, or what do you go by?
Oh, so it's weird. So when I ain't gonna say when I'm in the streets, but when I'm out and about doing my events, I like to be called Dope. But when I'm doing professional work, I like to be called Emerald.
Okay, well, I'm gonna call you Dope because we're talking about your dopeness today and all that good stuff. I do the same thing. My middle name is Freema, but for people that I grew up with, really know me, it's Freema. Business, I am Adele.
Right.
So yeah, I get it. I get it. So something I always ask the individuals that come on the show, the guests, for like the little girls out there, the little dope girls out there that are scared to tap into their modeling, scared to tap into, all of the charm that they have, the things that it takes to go out there. They're just scared to do it. They don't know if people like them. What encouraging words would you tell those little girls?
I would actually say it doesn't matter what anybody thinks, because the only person that matters is you.
Absolutely. That's it.
Honest.
There's no other way to put it. There's no other way to put it. The only one that matters is you. And one thing that I want to go back on is you mentioned that you used to dress up, or you dress up all the time, regardless if you were going to the store, regardless if you were in Wagner. It only takes one person to spot you, and then that could be your big break.
Yep.
That's what I try to tell a lot of people. Sometimes you can't worry about the number of individuals that you may see or what have you, but it just takes this one person that may see something in you, and boom, you got what it takes. So
Right.
always bring your A game, regardless of how many people are watching.
Yep.
That's what a lot of us need to learn. Is there anything that you want to put out there in the universe? Anything that you want to discuss today about dope that we did not discuss?
Um. To talk more about the talent agency, I do accept 4-year-olds and up, and
Okay.
I have taught kids how to walk. I taught older adults, 80-year-olds, how to walk.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I just want to put that out there. Also, we're having a casting call in Orangeburg, South Carolina, on this Friday at 4 to 6:45 at the Orangeburg Public Library, and it's free.
Oh wow. So just repeat that one more time. Make sure you guys are listening. Make sure you guys share. Make sure you guys let people know, because I know there's a lot of younger and a little older individuals that would love to model. And now's your chance. She's having a casting call. And you said the time and the place. One more time, please.
All right, so it's in Orangeburg, South Carolina, at the Orangeburg Public Library on Russell Street. It's from 4 p.m. to 6:45, and it's on this Friday.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Do you have a flyer or anything? Make sure you send it to me so I can share it. Okay.
Okay, I sure will.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so like I said, we normally don't try to hold individuals too long. However, the purpose of this show is to share your journey, tell us how you got there, and to give motivation to others who may not have the oomph it takes to get there. So I'm pretty sure we reached at least one person today. So I really, really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to come on Let's Sip and Talk with Frema and give us a little bit of history about yourself. We definitely appreciate it. And just one more time, is there anything that you like to share that we did not go over today?
Make sure to book me at www.dopethemodel.com.
All right, sounds good. And one more time, what is that the website that they can reach you at?
www.dopethemodel.com or www.dtmtalentagency.com.
Sounds good. Again, thank you so much. And as we always say on Let's Sip and Talk with Frema, peace and love.